In 356 BCE, a man named Herostratus walked up to one of the largest buildings on Earth and deliberately set it on fire, simply because he wanted his name to be recorded in history. This architectural drawing shows the scale of the Temple of Artemis. At 4 times the size of the Parthenon in Athens, it was recognized as one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Local historians later claimed that the sanctuary burned to the ground on the exact same July night that Alexander the Great was born in Macedonia. This is the cult statue of Artemis of Ephesus, shown in her iconic multi-breasted form. Ancient writers joked that the goddess was too busy helping deliver the young conqueror to protect her own home from the flames. Long before they ever met, the destinies of this world wonder and the future king were tied together by this specific night of fire and birth. This marble portrait captures Alexander as a young man. In 334 BCE, following a victory over the Persians at the Battle of Granicus, the 22-year-old commander arrived at the gates of Ephesus. Today, only this single reconstructed column remains, but when Alexander arrived, the site was a massive active construction project, as the city worked to rebuild the temple that had burned decades earlier. Observing the unfinished work, Alexander offered to pay the entire cost of the reconstruction, on the condition that the final dedication inscription bear only his name. The citizens of Ephesus looked at this offer from the most powerful military leader in the world, and they politely turned him down. Look at the map to understand this refusal. For 2 centuries, Ephesus and surrounding Greek cities were governed by the Persian Empire. Alexander's campaign broke that control. After winning at Granicus, he marched south down the coast, and Ephesus welcomed him as a deliverer. His arrival triggered a local uprising. The Ephesian populace turned on the pro-Persian tyrant Sirpax and his family, stoning them to death in the streets. Alexander moved quickly to stabilize the chaos, removing the pro-Persian governing clique and restoring the city's democratic institutions. While the Ephesians were grateful for their freedom, they now faced the delicate problem of refusing a gift from the man who had just dismantled their former masters. A direct refusal could be seen as an insult, potentially inviting the same violence that had just removed the Persians. The Ephesians needed a way to say no without bruising the conqueror's ego. Their diplomats crafted a specific, clever response. They told him it would not be fitting for one god to dedicate a temple to another god. This phrasing validated Alexander's desire to be seen as divine while keeping the temple's independence. If he were truly a god, he shouldn't be paying another god's construction bills. Alexander accepted the refusal. He stayed to participate in a religious procession to the temple, demonstrating his respect for the local cult of Artemis. While in the city, he sat for the famous painter Apelles, who produced a portrait of the king wielding a lightning bolt, the traditional symbol of Zeus. By praising Alexander as a god, the Ephesians protected their sanctuary from his name, while ensuring their city remained on good terms with his army. Alexander soon continued his march across Asia, but his stay marked the moment Ephesus moved away from Persian influence and into a wider Greek-dominated world. This silver Ephesian coin shows the bee, a traditional symbol used for centuries while the city was under local and Persian influence. This academic record tracks the change following Alexander's conquest. Around 295 BCE, the city replaced the bee on its silver coins with the purely Greek head of Artemis. As highlighted here, this was a deliberate move to show the triumph of the Greek spirit. In a short time, Alexander's visit effectively ended the city's Persian ties, linking Ephesus to a larger Greek-speaking world of trade. This marble bust shows Lysimachus, one of Alexander's generals. After Alexander's death in 323 BCE, Lysimachus took control of the region and initiated the most significant physical change in the city's history. The old city harbor was silting up, turning the area around the Temple of Artemis into a marsh that bred disease. The city became uninhabitable. When the residents refused to move, Lysimachus took a drastic step. He blocked the city's sewers during a storm, flooding the houses to force the population to relocate to a new site between the nearby mountains. This facade of the Library of Celsus stands today in that second city, the one built on the grid plan established by Lysimachus. Alexander's brief interaction with the Ephesians provided the spark for this growth, setting the stage for Ephesus to become the administrative center of the region for centuries to come.